Hey there, Coach Enrgy here, the single parents coach. Welcome back to the channel. If you have not been here before, welcome. This is a channel where I speak to and work with single parents, that is single fathers and single mothers, and those who date single parents. And so on this episode, I actually wanted to push this question in front of the queue because this question actually follows the video that I did last week. The video that I did last week was along the lines of being a single parent and experiencing burnout or just being tired. And this question was submitted afterwards. And so I want to keep these two videos close together because I do see and always hear a need for or understand that this issue is one of the top issues that single parents deal with. So the question for today is, can you do a video on how to recharge when you're a single parent? I have zero free time, no backup, meaning like no support. The other parent may not be that involved. And I'm running on empty. So let's answer that question here. And what I want to do is just give, I don't know, maybe 4 to 5 different tips on things that that are practical, things that you can actually do throughout your day, being a single parent, feeling as if you have zero free time, because that is a misconception for a lot of single parents where it's just like there's just not enough time in the day, but it really is. We just have to be intentional on looking for the time or recognizing when the time is available or recognizing the opportunities that we do have available to us throughout the day, no matter how busy the day is. And it's about being intentional with saying, okay, this is what I'm going to do here at this part of the day or at this, at this point of time or whatever. So we just have to be intentional with the time that we do have available. And instead of just going into every day thinking that we just don't have the time, because we do. We have the time, especially with what I'm going to share today. Nothing that I'm going to share is going to take more than, let's just say, 15 minutes. I think, yeah, nothing should take more than about 15 minutes. Some things you are just able to knock out in 30 minutes, 30 seconds, in 30 seconds. Other things may take like 3 minutes or so. And then anything else can be done in like 10 to 15 minutes. It's just all about how intentional you are with how you're going to navigate your day. You have to make sure that you're taking control of your day. As a single parent, that is a must. You must take control of your day instead of letting your day control you. Okay, so the first one that I would suggest is to make a change in whatever your current environment is. So whether you're at home, whether you're at work, if you're at work, then your kids may not be with you unless you work from home and your kids are there. Or if you're at home with the kids, you just want to simply make a shift in your environment. So what does that mean? Making a shift in your environment could be if you have been, let's just say, sitting down for the last several minutes, the last hour, the last several hours, then you want to stand. You want to create movement. You want to shift the environment of wherever you have been for the last chunk of time, the last chunk of minutes or hours. And so, again, if you were sitting at a computer, get up. Walk around. Let's just say if you're working in like an office environment and you may have like your desk set up or some sort of like cubicle type of area, whatever your setting is, get up and see if you can, if possible, take a break and walk away from your desk, even if it's just to the water cooler area, the break room, maybe just to the restroom, to the water fountain, whatever it is, or even if it's just to a window that may be in your office, and just go stand in front of that window, look outside, change your view. So part of shifting your environment is getting away from the screen that you may have been looking at for the however many hours of work that you may have been doing. So make a change in your environment. If you can get to a window, that would be awesome. And especially if it's a nice sunny day, you want to give your eyes a moment to just your eyes and your body a chance to receive and absorb the sun and its rays, or just simply being able to look outside, whether you're looking, it's a parking lot that you have, whether the view is an enjoyable view or not, still just being able to connect with the outside as close as possible. If you can get outside of the building, that would be amazing. Absolutely. Getting outside in the air, in to feel the breeze, the wind, to feel the actual sun on your skin. And this doesn't take more than 3 minutes if you can find those 3 minutes. Or again, just being intentional with making 3 minutes, carving out those 3 minutes. Because a lot of times, if we go into what may feel like an already impossible situation of, okay, I got to find the time to do something, we're almost halfway defeated. So we have to be intentional with carving out the time, with making the time, with being in the mindset of saying, I am going to find the time. I will figure this out, instead of just, okay, I'll try to find it. I'll try to find a time. Um, but yeah, if you can get around a window, worst case scenario, and just allow yourself to see the outside, see nature. If it's, if even if you're just looking at trees, if you can find a bird that's out there and just kind of focus your attention on the bird or whatever is going on. You want to basically just change whatever your environment has been for however long. And you want to do your best to implement these little 3 minute micro, we'll call them micro breaks, micro rests, or micro resets. We'll call them that for this particular video. So 3 minutes, if you can do it 3 minutes, at least once an hour, that would be awesome. So other things of shifting your environment could be um, wherever you are. Let's just say from like a sensory standpoint, maybe just washing your hands or letting cold water run in your hands for just a few seconds, or just washing your hands with cold water if possible, or holding a cold drink. If you have water or some sort of beverage, if you can just hold that cold beverage, especially right now with us being in the summer season. But let's just say if it's the winter time, sure, you can do that same method of holding something cold. Or let's just say if you're in a very cold environment, then take advantage of being able to hold something warm. That way it's shifting the sensory, or it's creating a sensory shift. And again, you are making a shift or a change in your environment. Depending on if you work in an office by yourself versus with other people. And let's just say if you have those fluorescent lights and all the lights are just, on and everything is just bright, see if you can change from a very bright light environment to something where you can dim the lights. Can you dim the lights in wherever the area of where you are? If you're at home, can you dim the lights? Or maybe if you don't have a dimmer, turn the lights off and maybe close your curtains, or just create like a little peak with your curtains to just let a little bit of the light come in, or just turn off your overhead lights and turn on a lamp in order to just create that dim atmosphere, that dim type of ambiance. So that will be shifting from something super bright, super light, into something that's a little bit more calming, inducing, things like that. Or if you work in a dark environment, maybe you work in a basement somewhere, maybe you work if you work, I don't know, how you have mechanics and they often are working underground, or in darker places. So if possible, whenever you're taking your micro break, then get out, turn on the lights if you can turn on any extra lights, or get outside, or come up to, go to your lobby. If you're, again, working at an office. But if you're working at home, it's much easier, of course, because you have full control over being able to step outside versus turning on a light versus turning off a light, closing a curtain, opening your blinds, closing your blinds, whatever it is. So ultimately just shift whatever the current situation is, go to the opposite direction. So from dark to light, from light to dark, from something cold to something warm, or warm to cold, from sitting to standing. Or if you do a lot of walking, you do a lot of standing, allow your body a chance to take a break. So if you can find a chair that you can sit in, or even sitting on the ground, sit your with your back up against the wall, and just allowing your body to get into that different type of that different posture, changing your environment, shifting your environment. All of those are different types of ways. So I did light, I did physical movement, I did sight, I did touch or feel. Okay, noise, hearing. So let's just say if you work in a noisy environment, if you can take 3 minutes, at least 3 minutes. If you can do more, that is awesome. Anything that I'm suggesting, if you can do more, if you could do it for a little bit longer, do it based off of whatever you are capable of doing. But if nothing else, at least try to do these first set of things for a good 3 minutes or so, if you can. But what I was talking about, so let's talk about the noise, the audible type of sensory things that you can do that will be different. So let's say if you work in an environment where it's really noisy, and what you want to do is try to get away from the noise so you can just get into silence. Enjoy the peace, create calmness, create quietness, create silence for just a few moments. And if it's the opposite, let's say if you're working in a super quiet environment, maybe you work by yourself, you work from home, or you just work in an office where it's just you and it's just there's no noise. Get out. Get out of that environment, turn on, if you have to turn on one of your favorite songs, and an average song is what, 2.5 minutes up to about 4 minutes or so. um, and create some noise, or get out into, if you can walk to a neighboring office, and or down into the break room or the lunch room, where most likely you'll be able to cross paths with another coworker or colleague, and you can create that, go from being in silence to having that little short moment of interaction, that little short moment of engagement and social connection with someone. So ultimately, my first point and suggestion is to shift or change whatever your current environment is. The next one that I will talk about is something that parents, we do, some of us, not a lot of us, and a lot of us have to get better at it. And what I'm talking about is, you know how some parents will monitor their kids' screen time. Some of us have to get better at that, and not allow the screens to babysit your kids. That's another video. But for those of us who are intentional about monitoring screen time for our kids, we need to do that same thing for ourselves. So my next point is taking a break from screens, especially if you work at a screen or around screens. You're constantly, whether it be your cell phone, a tablet, a Kindle, your computer, your desktop, your laptop, whatever it is, if you're constantly looking at screens all day, then you definitely want to implement this one. Take a break from screens. And so if in your work environment, pretty much do the same things that I was suggesting in the prior point about stepping away from your computer. If you can't step away, close your eyes and just kind of lean your head back on your chair and just let your eyes take a break. Allow yourself to focus on your breathing, even if you just have to sit right there in that same chair for just a few moments. That one may be more of a 30-second one. If you can't do it for 3 minutes, that is fine. Whatever kind of break that you can get from constantly looking at screens, it is going to help you. Breaks from screens are not just good for kids. It is good for everyone, for the human body. Just a human being, period, is where the breaks from screens are good. So if you're at home, that may look like no TV time, no computer time, no whatever the podcast, YouTube time, whatever that is. Take a break from screens as well. And so that may mean go lay on your bed, go lay across your bed. If you're at home, go lay across your sofa, lay across your floor, or just go step outside. Again, just allow nature to just do what it is known and good for doing. So yeah, however you have to do it, take a break from the screens. My next point would be more so when if you're dealing not dealing with if you are a parent of younger kids and they have like that playtime, those designated playtimes, when your kids are playing, please do your best to not just take advantage of that moment to just get more work done. The work is already always going to be there, whether it be chores, needing to cook for dinner, needing to clean, do the laundry, do dishes, vacuum, straighten up the kids' playroom, whatever it is. Do your best, even if it's just for 3 minutes. But this one you want to try to do for a good 5, 10, or 15 minutes at least. When your kids are playing, and the moment that they are focused on whether it be coloring, whether it be puzzles, whether it be they're playing in like their ball pens or whatever it is that they're doing, take advantage of that time to not do work and to allow yourself to take a micro break. Try to shoot for 15 minutes. Build up to that if you have to. Let's just say if you can't get away with 15 minutes right away, that's okay. Build up to it. Start off at 5 minutes and then build up to 8 minutes and then maybe the 10 or 12. And then you'll see yourself being able to carve out and be intentional with creating 15 minutes during whatever playtime that your kids are having. So often as single parents, whenever we do see a break, we want to get into productive mode. We want to be productive when it comes to getting a task done, a task of work. So as soon as we see a break, we're like, okay, shoot, I can take advantage of this and get these dishes washed, or I can take advantage of this and put a load of laundry in, or I can take advantage of this moment of time and fold the laundry. We are good with finding little moments and opportunities of being able to get a little bit of work done here, a little bit of work done there, to where we're constantly creating a lot of just movement and we're constantly busy. And that constant feeling of busyness is what creates what I talked about in the prior video, burnout, and always feeling tired and just constantly feeling exhausted. But how can we expect different if we don't allow ourselves to take advantage of those opportunities instead of filling it with work, filling it with taking a break, filling it with pausing, filling it with creating a calm moment for us as the parent. So we have to be intentional be intentional of not filling in every piece of moment with wanting to be productive with work. And whether that be work on your job, work in your business, or work around the house. We have to be intentional with saying, this is a perfect time for me to just sit down, breathe, and reset. Because we have to create those micro rests. We can also call it micro resets. Those moments of, what was the question? One of the words in the question, recharge. Those moments of being able to recharge throughout the day. But if we're not intentional about that, then it will never happen. So be intentional with recharging, resetting, creating those moments, no matter where you are, whether you're at work or whether you're at home. One more is, and also just kind of depends on how old your kids are, but creating and what you're going to have to do is this one is where you're involving your kids, is creating what everyone will have. How do I describe this one? Creating, let me just say it first. Creating shared rests, creating periods of shared resets, basically quiet time as individual humans, even little humans, our little humans need to learn about that. So for those who have younger kids, toddler age, it's called independent playtime. But in this one, creating what's kind of like independent quiet time, where everyone understands, and whatever time it is, let's just say we're home, we're going to take the at let's just say 6:30, we're going to take 10 minutes of everyone being able to just spend 10 minutes to themselves. That's not only helping you as the parent of being able to get 10 minutes of time to yourself where it is understood by everyone in the house. So you and your kids will understand everyone gets 10 minutes right now to be quiet, focus on just themselves, and creating that moment of just stillness as individuals. And so you're involving the kids, so therefore they're not interrupting your 10 minutes of time. And you're teaching them about creating that balance as well. Balance of not just always being on go, 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 go mode. Teaching them that, hey, right now, 6:30, this is our time for today, for us to be able to just have that independent quiet time. You come up with whatever clever, creative type of way that you want to describe it for your household. I'm just, however you want to call it, I'm just describing it so you understand the concept. I didn't come up with anything clever for it. But yeah, you want to create that shared, agreed upon moment of saying, okay, kids, everybody has 10 minutes to themselves of just peace and quiet. That allows them to, whether they want to journal, whether you want to journal and get your thoughts out, whether you just want to sit back, close your eyes and not do anything, whether they want to just sit back, close their eyes and not do anything, it just allows all of you, your bodies to just restabilize and kind of like creating like the ability to start learning self-regulation. It lets each of you focus on whatever your highs were in a day for that day, even whatever your lows may have been for that day. Do whatever. And then create the chance, or that can then create the chance of where once you all are done, the 10 minutes are over, you come together and you can talk about, hey, what did you do? What were you thinking about during your free time? You know, it allows a lot of opportunity for creating connection even after the fact. And in thinking about that, I want to share one more, and I think this will be my last one because I don't want this video to be too long. But during your different transitions throughout the day, that's also great opportunity to either rest or reset or recharge. And yeah, I think those are the words I've been using: rest, recharge, reset. So for an example, let's say from when you're coming home from the day, kids are coming home from school, you're off work, all of y'all are coming into the house. So before everyone just starts to do, because typically the kids are either going to want to jump right onto homework, or they're probably going to want to get a snack. You as the parent might want to immediately get started on dinner, or you may have the need to finish up a few things that you didn't finish up at work. Whatever it is, pause that. So during the transition of coming in to the house, take those first 3 minutes, 10 minutes, again, doesn't have to be over 15 minutes, of where everybody just pauses and you decompress. You're coming in to the house. You don't want to bring in all of that, that work, whether it be schoolwork from for the kids, work from you on your job. You don't want to bring all of whatever that stress, whatever the anxiety, whatever all of that noise has been from all day. You don't want to bring that into the house. So allow or create the opportunity for you, your child, you and your children to have a transition type of break, a transition type of rest period, a transition moment of resetting before you just jump right into, okay, household stuff. So take a few moments, change your clothes, get out of the clothes from the outside, change your clothes, put on something comfortable, put on something that feels good. All of you, whether it be like your pajamas or whatever it is that you wear around the house, decompress, put your work down, put the book bags down before you look at anything else, and just allow yourself to come in this environment, the home environment of where it's calm and it's peaceful and it's inviting. So that's what I have for you based off of to the person that asked the question, can you do a video on how to recharge when you're a single parent? I have zero free time, no backup, and I'm running on empty. So to help with that feeling of no free time, no backup, running on empty, the burnout question that I answered last week, first thing you can do is take advantage of the little micro periods that you have throughout your day, and that will help you breathe. That will help you not feel so tired by the end of the day if you take care of yourself throughout the day. That's it. That's all I have for you today. So if you have additional suggestions on things that can be done throughout the day that are practical for single parents, put them in the comments below. If you have a subsequent question or a follow-up question that you would like for me to answer based off of this video or any video that I may have done already, you can go to the description of this video and click on the link that says Ask Coach Enrgy, and that's where you can submit your question, just like this person did, and I will get your question answered right here on video on this channel. So therefore, the information that I share with you will be able to be shared with everyone, and it will help every one of us, single fathers, single mothers, and even those that date single parents. So yeah, click the link in my description to submit your question. Also, the second link in my description is if you want to actually work with me, if you want to have a custom type of personalized plan for you and your specific situation. Let's just say after everything that I shared today so far in this video, those practical tips, let's just say if your situation is a little bit more unique and your job, whatever your career is, excuse me, whatever maybe your situation is, your dynamic is as a parent, doesn't quite, you can't see how those suggestions will quite fit your situation. That's okay. Let's personalize it. I create custom plans all the time for my clients because we are all individuals. And for a lot of things, it's not a one size fits all. So and I understand that sometimes you need someone to help you understand how the same exact tip that has helped hundreds or thousands of people, it actually does work for you. Sometimes you just need someone to help you see how it works, to see how it will fit in your life, in your routine, and in your schedule. So if that is the situation that you're dealing with, in the description, I believe it's the second link, click on the link that says consultation, and you can communicate with me. Whenever we get everything scheduled, we can communicate about, okay, what is your situation? And then I can help you come up with a personalized game plan ultimately. And we can see if we want to continue to work together with anything else that you may be facing, any other obstacles that you may be dealing with. And I think that is it. So if this video helps you or you think it can help someone else, share the video, hit the thumbs up button to like it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So therefore, when I do my posts, you will be notified of the post itself. And until next time, I will talk to y'all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.